Hello students, so we are learning today about food webs and about sharks. We're gonna be reading Shark Lady. It's another book we got from Guy Harvey Foundation. Her story, she's a scientist, she studies shark. We're gonna look at, we got a Shark Explorer guy, so we're gonna learn a little bit facts about sharks. And then we're gonna learn what shark eat. And so we're gonna do a lot of things today. This is also the coloring book that we're using. We are using this coloring book from Guy Harvey, and we got it because I'm a conservation teacher, so I went to their training. So if teachers out there are there, this is a wonderful coloring book that students are now utilizing. They're actually tracing and are getting inspired by their animals. So each student got a different coloring book. And then what's gonna happen is we're gonna discuss what are they eating and what is their food web. So let's look at, for example, if you got a shark, I have a nice sticker book. This sticker book is very fun for many reasons. One of the reason is it's a shark, so we can learn a lot about sharks. And Guy Harvey has a special training for sharks, and I have other lessons, and we drew sharks before. So let's look at, for example, what shark eat, and I have it marked here. And this coloring book is 250 reusable stickers, and it's called the Ultimate Sticker Book. So you can get it anywhere online if you're looking for that at home, virtual school, and things like that, or homeschool. Okay, we can look at what food web is. So for example, this one is called food web of lionfish. So lionfish, she's really spiky. Lionfish is an invasive species, and it was introduced to Florida, and it's now all around the East Coast, and it eats all of these different animals. So this will be the food web that it eats. So yellowtail princess, Chyme is the digested food, Bradley goby, yellowhead, Russell juvenile, Baird cardinal fish, fairy basslet, Caribbean velvet shrimp, red nine shrimp. This is all the different food that shrimp is eating. So very wide appetite. It's all kinds of different fish and shrimp. So let's go look at what shark eat right here in our sticker book. The ultimate sticker book. So let's go look at what we can learn here. So feeding time, find it. The great white shark is a fierce hunter, and we have a great white right here. See how big his mouth is, and he's got really sharp teeth. It attacks and kills its prey with its big, sharp teeth, as well as eating animals that are already dead. Here are some animals that a great white shark eats. So we're gonna look at the great white shark. So first one is ray. And in the sticker book, the fun part is that you can go to this page 8 and 9, feeding time, and we can find a sticker for the ray. So we found the first part in the food web. So we can go ahead and grab that sticker. This is fun. So I'm gonna grab a ray, and I found that it's one of the food, and I'm making a food web, everything that the animal is eating, and I'm placing my sticker because it's rays, so we have to remember great white sharks eat rays. Also sea lions, did you know that? So let's take a sea lion sticker. These stickers are fun and they're reusable, so you can peel them back out. And we found a sea lion, so that's another part that we have a food web. So another animal that great white sharks are eating. Okay, we've got so many else, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so next one, dolphins. Did you know that great white sharks also eat dolphins? So you go to the page 8 and 9, feeding time, and there's a dolphin. And this is called food web, so we're finding out exactly what the shark is eating. So we have a dolphin here. Next one is seal. So that's different than a sea lion. So we go back here. And our students got each a fish or a shark or even a turtle, and they're gonna build their own food webs as my example. So they have to find what their animal is eating and create a poster based on what that animal is eating. So we have sea lion, we have seal. You can see how different they are in these nice stickers. Rays, we got dolphin. So next one is leopard shark. So we're gonna grab here leopard shark and put him in the place. And now we have a perfect food web almost. Sea turtle and tuna are the last two ones. So we know now exactly what great white shark eats. So we're gonna grab sea turtle. I'm gonna just speed it up and grab tuna at the same time. We're gonna do the last two all at the same time. So I'm gonna do the tuna, and I do the sea turtle, and this is called food web. So just like this black and white picture of everything that lionfish will eat, and I'm pretty sure lionfish eats coral too. So this is just the content of stomach analysis. So there's not everything that lionfish will eat. Lionfish are very type of species that is opportunistic, which means that it will eat everything. It will eat coral too. So as you can see, same thing with the great white shark. He eats a variety of animals and fish: dolphin, seal, turtles, tuna, leopard shark, sea lion. So this is our finished food web for a great white shark. Okay. So here's everything the great white shark will eat. And I want to show you a couple of other examples also from students. So we've got this student who did a Caribbean lobster, and look at their food web. It said the student said it eats jellyfish, and there's two different kinds, and then different fish. And he even drew another Caribbean lobster. But it's a very nice food web. Here, mahi mahi, dolphin fish, and it looks like there's a food web here: seaweed, little fish, dolphin, shark, bigger shark. So this student actually drew a whole food web with the biggest shark on top, maybe a great white shark on top. So there's another type of food web here, and they're not all accurate. So let's go fix it, and let's go look at other food webs as an example. So we have a shark. For example, this one, flamingos, should have a lot of shrimp in here, but we don't have that. Okay, so, or you can do it with your fish on top this way and everything it eats coming down this way, or you can have a fish on this side and draw everything that it eats on this side. Okay, so let's just go look at another fun book that I have that actually will tell us about different things that other fish are eating. So let's see, and here we have some interesting facts about great white shark. Predators. So predator is the top predator. That's the terminology. Is the one that is on top of the food web. So that's called top predator. Okay. So we can even look at the dictionary. Here we have algae, small plants without roots and stems that grow near water. Crustacean, a sea creature that has outer skeleton and several pairs of legs, such as crab or lobster. So I just showed you a lobster. This would be a crustacean. So crustacean, okay, crustacean, okay, crustacean eating different things. Mollusk, mucus, mollusk. What is a mollusk? An animal with no spine, soft body, usually protected by a hard outer shell, just like clams and oysters. Mucus, a slimy material that forms a protective coating for animals. Paralyzed, to make a person or animal unable to move or function. So for example, about the mucus, a great example for that is anemone, because anemone has that ability to paralyze fish, but it doesn't work on the clownfish because it has a mucus on it that protects it. It says it right here. Some fish can escape this fate by being paralyzed. The colorful clownfish is one. The body has a special coating of mucus, and it's a type of slime that protected against anemone sting. Okay, so I cannot be paralyzed by an enemy, so it makes a home there. An enemy stinks. So clownfish make their home in anemone tentacles. They are safe from predators, and these are examples of yellow sea anemone, different types of anemones. Okay, so paralyzed, that was the dictionary that we had. A thread is filled with toxin. Each little of these threads is filled with toxins. An enemy then uses the tentacles to guide the helpless creature to its mouth. Gulp. So it has a mouth in the middle. So it doesn't hurt the clownfish, as we know from the movie Nemo. Prey, an animal that is hunted. So seal would be prey, and great white shark would be a predator. Okay. Prey, and tentacles, the long flexible limb of an animal such as octopus or squid. Okay. And also tentacles of a sea anemone. So you have the dictionary, the glossary. Let's go look at some examples of different types of fish and what they eat. So, for example, oyster toadfish. It's kind of scary looking. It looks like a toad a little bit. And did you know, from April to October, it's not uncommon to hear the underwater foghorn call a male toadfish. Call of the male toad. Foghorn call of male toadfish. So it makes a sound. This is a drawing of it. A toadfish. And what does it eat? It eats, it can crush shells of mollusk, such as what we looked at the definition of mollusk are. Let's go to the back of the glossary again. What is mollusk? Clams, oysters, animal with no spine and soft body, usually protected by a hard outer shell. So clam or oysters are mollusks. So this toadfish eats a mollusk, oysters, crabs, even shrimp, squid, and other similar creatures. So that all would go into the food web. All of these would be a food web for the toadfish. So again, it would be oysters, crab, shrimp, squid, similar creatures. Let's look at another example of science of a food web. Let's find out another example. This is a really cool book. As you can see, it's called Most Wanted, Deadliest Ocean Creatures. And so let's see. We have great white shark. We have barracudas. So some students have a barracuda from our coloring book. From our coloring book, there is a barracuda here somewhere, and some students picked it. This is kind of numbers. I think it's a. See, that's a wahoo. It looks a little bit like barracuda, but there is a barracuda here. I'm just not looking right. Let me see. 26. 26 has barracuda. So barracuda, some students have this one, so you can do a food web. So if you have a barracuda, what do you put in the food web, okay? And here's some facts about barracuda. Barracuda like to dine on a large and small fish. They strike quickly and they can swallow a big fish in one gulp. If they want to chow down on even larger fish, they can rip it to shreds in one bite. And barracudas don't usually attack humans, but sometimes they do by mistakes. And one man needed 255 stitches to repair a monstrous bite on his arm. And this is how barracudas look like from a point of a diver. There is a lot of barracudas here. Did you know that barracuda carry poisons in their flesh? If you eat barracuda meat, you might get food poisoning. So they're not safe to eat, barracudas. And that's how they look like. And again, a coloring book from Guy Harvey looks like this. So lots of interesting things. Will be making their own food webs. And here's another example. We have moray eel, and it's a carnivorous fish, 4 to 156 inches long, so it's really long. You might seen it in an aquarium, or you might seen it in a Sea World. So it does look like a snake, but moray is a type of fish that is called an eel. E-E-L, eel. It thrives in warm waters, and it spends much of its time hiding among rocks and coral on the ocean floor. Moray eels are different from other eels. Their gills, which take in oxygen from the water, are small and round. They don't have fins on the upper part of their bodies. They also have a second set of teeth. So they do have teeth like this. But moray eels have a large mouth to help them catch their food. And so what do they eat? Some kinds of moray eels have sharp teeth. They turn into meat. Moray will dine on octopuses. Did you know that? So if you have an eel, you can draw an octopus. And fish that swim among the coral, and crustaceans too. So you can draw octopus, fish, and crustaceans that eel will eat. So that's just examples of our food webs. This is a really neat book. I really recommend it. Here's something about blue-ringed octopus. It is poisonous. With its bright colors, the blue-ringed octopus doesn't look very scary, but it is very poisonous. Okay, so it has a lot of poison in it. So I think it lives in Australia or somewhere. The venom is produced by bacteria inside of an animal's saliva glands. The poison is more powerful than any poison produced by any animal on land. The blue-ringed octopus uses its venom to hunt. And what does it eat? Crabs, small fish mostly. When it catches crabs or small fish, the octopus pecks its prey in the beak, with its beak opening a small hole. The octopus then injects the venom to kill the prey. So here you have an example of octopus. And we already looked at lionfish. And this is the color, and this is lionfish food web. So this is how colorful these lionfish are. And let me show you a close-up. That's a lionfish. And we can see a whole food web here. And they have toxins in these spikes, so they are very poisonous too. They have toxins in all these spikes, so be careful not to get pricked by these. There's also a strange fish like this. It's called a stonefish. It hides inside the sand on the bottom of the ocean floor. The stonefish is among the most venomous fish in the sea. It can grow up to 15 inches long. To capture the meal, stonefish waits to prey to swim by. Then it will attack very quickly, uses venom to protect itself, but it will not attack humans. But if you step on one, get to doctor fast. If injury is untreated, the pain will be unbearable. Some cases, the person might die, and that's the stonefish. So you can see all kinds of sea creature animals, and we talk about saltwater crocodiles. You know that they eat birds and fish, anything they can get their teeth on. even turtles. So it reaps its prey when it eats, and they're very good swimmer. And mostly they don't attack humans, but there have been some attacks of humans by crocodiles because sometimes they are aggressive. So you can see all types of different fish and what they eat. Now, for example, this surgeonfish eats algae mostly. Algae is like the green, very, very nice green kind of plant, green plant in the ocean. And but they also snack on tiny shellfish, on tiny shellfish. So you know how the surgeon fish got its name? This spine here is really sharp. It's like a knife. It's if you would touch it, it will cut you. It's sort of like a surgeon knife. When they're doing surgery, this part is really, really, really sharp. Okay, so that's that would be definitely, it will cut you. Please do not touch a surgeonfish. It will cut you. Surgeonfish have spines along the base of their tails and one on each of their side of the bodies. These spines are sharp as a surgeon's scalpel, as a scalpel and knife. In fact, that's where the fish gets its name. Okay, so these are all kinds of examples. We can look at the book in the class, and now is your turn to create a nice food web. Okay, hopefully you get inspired and can think of all of the different things that your fish or your shark or your dolphin or your whale or your bird or your gator will be eating. Okay, so